I didn't realize how closely this scarf matched this shirt. Like,
oh, please. It's gonna be fine.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just like, I'm almost impressed, honestly. Hey guys! And welcome to episode 17 of Tied Up with Strings. I'm Emma.
I'm Taylor.
And we're here to tell you what our favorite things are for this week. And I'm going first.
Yes.
So my favorite thing for this week, excuse me while I cover up pertinent details, is pattern design. So, because I'm just a beginner pattern designer, I just use a notebook because, I'm mostly, the way that I design patterns is I mostly just, wing it, kinda. So, I probably will swatch for these because they're socks and I'll have to, do sizing for them. But, when I did the scarf, I just, cast on and started going. But yeah, so I have started designing a pair of socks. If you guys remember the last episode, I mentioned that I was really loving hand-knit socks. So, I'm working on some designs for some.
Yay!
And this is actually, the way that I think that I'm going to do this is because this pattern is inspired by two of my favorite YouTubers, the Carlin brothers. They're not related to knitting at all, so anyone watching this podcast, I have no expectation that you know who they are.
Yeah.
But they do, fan theories and things like that, specifically with, Harry Potter and Pixar and Star Wars and, Disney and stuff.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy their videos, and both of the brothers have, a ton of energy. They're just the most, upbeat people I've ever seen on the internet.
Yeah.
And so, I'm designing, and they also have, this thing where they do, saying that they have is, these socks are amazing. And they do it at the end of, an episode every month or something like that, I think. And, they're not hand-knit socks usually, they're store-bought socks.
Right.
But I found that inspiring, so I decided that I would design some socks based around them. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 kind of pattern because there's
two different
brothers.
stitch patterns.
Yeah, yep.
Nice. So are you intending them to be the left one is one and then the right one, or people can do two different pairs?
I'm going to do it so that they can have them either way. So that, you can have a pair of socks that is just one of the designs, or you can design one of each if, you get the reference.
Right.
So.
That's cool.
So what is your thing this week?
My thing this week is not tangible. However, I do have an example. My favorite thing is having craft things memorized. Because, in knitting it works out in, different levels, right? You have memorized how to do a knit stitch and how to do a purl stitch, and after that you can just kind of go. Or you know how to do a yarn over and, the different make ones. Or you can have, simple patterns memorized, like this one. I've got the Hermione's memorized, the Hermione's Everyday Socks. This is in my Truly Scrumptious colorway. On my wash on my wash fingering base. And I have the Blueberry Waffle Socks memorized, Socks on a Plane, just lots of different things. I have all the numbers for socks memorized, but it goes beyond that. I've got numbers in my head for how much fabric I need to make several things that I just make a lot. I know the different cutout measurements for things, just because you just know them after a while. And I love that sort of knowledge, accumulating knowledge. I mean, I even have it with recipes, too. I know exactly off the top of my head how to bake no-bake cookies. You just do. So, yeah, that's my thing this week. It's just having stuff memorized. I just like it. I like the hominess of, knowing that you can sit down with a certain thing and probably know what you're going to do. It's fun for me. I like it.
I've knit so many hitchhikers that I've got the hitchhiker pattern.
I do not doubt that.
But yeah, I totally know what you mean. There's this level, a level of, like you said, like hominess, like this feeling like there's this thing that I am physically capable of doing that I wasn't necessarily physically capable of doing just from my memory a couple years ago.
And it's also nice when you're lazy and you're like, okay, I'm going to knit this cable knit pattern, and you get done with your cuff, and then you're like, nah.
I don't know what's next, so...
That's what happened with me. I was going to do the Clark socks, which I have done twice, and once I look at the pattern, I have it memorized. But I didn't want to just look at it again, because I was somewhere, and I was like, well, you want to keep going, so who cares?
Oh, but it's really pretty, and I love that color. I
think it's very pretty. Yeah, well, of course I love it. It's one of mine, but, you know, sometimes you want something simple and beautiful, and that's what usually the things we have memorized are things that are just simple but beautiful. So that's my thing this week.
Oh, okay.
So where can they find you, Emma?
You can find me at Emmy Lou Knits on Instagram, and... you know, all the links are down below. What about you?
All my links are down below, but the best way to find me is catsockfibers.com. If you go there right now and click on shop, until February 14th, until midnight on Valentine's Day, there is a sale going on where you can get 15% off your entire order if you spend at least $40. So if you hit that $40 mark, you're going to get 15% off of that anyway. So you might as well just buy some stuff for your Galentines.
All right. Yep. We will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.